Hello, everybody. I'm Steven.
Hello, everybody. I'm Big Loser Red One.
And we're Cardboard Coalition. Today, we figured we'd give you a quick review of Love Letter Marvel, Marvel Infinity Gauntlet, and Love Letter game. This is basically the Marvel version of Love Letter, with some differences. Um, so we just figured we'd give you a quick review. If you haven't seen the playthrough, we filmed a playthrough where we just filmed it in real time. We had just filmed it, so Resvon, lost, so she's a little upset. But we figured we'd give you guys a quick review of the game. I have played this game with Resvon a handful of times now, 2-player, and I've also played this game with more than 2 players. With I think we had 4 players. I've played it 4-player. So we figured it's about time to give a review and give our thoughts on the game. So, first off, let's start with theme. Right, what the game's about. The game, you are Thanos trying to collect up your Infinity Stones or defeat the Marvel heroes. So theme, I like the theme because I like Marvel. I'm wearing one of my Marvel shirts, right? I like Marvel. How about you, Resvon? Do you like Marvel?
Yes, I say me too.
Resvon also likes Marvel. So the theme's fun, and the idea that you're trying to collect up the Infinity Stones is fun. Especially now that the movies have been out for a while, everyone kind of knows, or lots of people know that whole Thanos trying to collect up the stones. Someone like me who's been reading comic books since I was a knee biter. I remember when the Infinity Gauntlet story came out, right? So I really like it. Um, Player count. So this is a game that you could play with 2 players, but you could play with up to 6 players. And I think it's fun playing it 2-player, but I feel like it's almost a little lopsided power wise for 2 players. So I've beaten Resvon every time. I have 2 win conditions that I can get though as Thanos. I can either beat her point wise, I can knock her down on the point track, right? And 2 players, no matter how many players, you always start up here, but I can knock her down on the point track, or I can put out all the Infinity Stones. And if you guys had watched, I don't have to have them laid out. They can be in my hand too, and I get to snap my finger, and then it's over. So it feels a little maybe lopsided with 2 players. I'm not really sure yet. But when I played it with more than 2 players, I actually lost, and I played as Thanos because it's kind of a one versus many. I kind of like it, and I'm okay with the one versus many. And I'm okay losing as the one. It kind of sucks when you lose, but it's part of the fun. Someone has to be the bad guy. You get to do devious things, so it's okay. So I found that I've lost with more than 2 players, but there's been some winning too. I also with Resvon, because there's some reading on the cards and with the video cam, it's kind of hard for her to see. So it would be nice for us to switch. And I think Resvon wants to get used to the heroes first and then switch and let her play Thanos. Because then she has to remember different cards do different things. But let her see how it works. Because I would say at a 2-player game, Thanos starts all the way down here. All right. So you have to beat Thanos 1, 2, 3, 4 times to beat him. Well, the heroes still start way up here, which gives them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to beat. So it would be interesting once she plays Thanos. But player count is kind of what we were talking about. I got a little off track. Player count, I like games where you could play with a larger group, right? And let's go ahead and put the time in there. It's a 15-minute game. We haven't edited the video yet. In real time, we haven't edited the video yet of the playthrough we just did, but I think we're probably going to be somewhere under 20 minutes, and that's with me working through with Resvon and reading cards and explaining things to you guys as well. But it's about a 15-minute game, so it's nice to get a group of people out, and you have a group of people over, a quick 15-minute game. Everybody can play. The cards and what you need to do are really basic and easy to understand. So that the player count's good, and the time actually works. Now, price. So MSRP on this game is $15. So Resvon, I saw raise their eyebrows, still trying to get used to the money value in America compared to Iran. In Iran, this game would be a lot more expensive. For here, it's $15. So you guys in the States watching that understand, it's a $15 game. Do I think it's worth it for $15? I would say yes. I would also say it's easy to find it for under $15. Um, you can probably easily find it for $11, $12. But for $15, I think it's worthwhile. And we'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the video. So price-wise, I think it's fair for $15. The card quality is actually pretty nice. I like the card quality. It's a thicker card quality. If you watched our video about Imperium or Imperium Classics, the cards, I wish they were better quality. I wish they were kind of this. They have like that linen finish. They're almost like a poker card. They're a little thicker. These plastic tokens, they're nice and thick. I mean, this is just a little cardboard thing that I made for Resvon. Then you have these pointers that go on the card for the points. They come off and they go on really easy. There's no big hassle with it. So component wise, it's pretty nice. It comes in this little suede bag, which is kind of nice. The manual is just a manual, but it's an interesting manual. So for the price, I think the components are nice. I guess we can go like that so you guys see. I think the components are really nice. So and the play is fun. I find it fun. I do have a friend who likes the original Love Letter, the game that this is based off of, more. So I haven't played the original Love Letter, and the last two times I was over at his house for game nights, he hadn't found his copy, so I wasn't able to play regular Love Letter to see the difference. But for the cost, you get the Marvel theme, you get easy play, a good amount of people can play, nice components. I mean, even at $15, I don't think you're ripped off with components, but like I said, you could easily find it cheaper jumping online. So I think the price is a good price. So we went over, I blanked for a second. We went over, I do that a lot. We went over the theme, we went over player count, went over price, mechanics. It's really simple. You have numbered cards. Each card does something. Thanos' cards are similar to the hero cards. There's a slight differences. And the Infinity Stones are just a little more powerful than the regular card that does what that card says it does. And it's even in Thanos' setup. So it's an easy to teach game. Like I already said, it's a quick, easy to play through game, right? And replayability, I think there is really a lot of replayability, because even though Resvon has lost, like I said, I think with more players, it might be Thanos losing more. And I think they set up Thanos so powerful so he can take on a handful of people. And I mean, if you guys look at it, it was pretty close. I mean, Resvon needed to beat me. This is from our last game. She needed to attack me and win 2 more times. She was about to shuffle her whole deck. So once this card gets played and used, she gets to shuffle all these cards back into her deck, gets all those powers and abilities and stuff to play against me again. It just happened, and I had a decent amount of cards on my deck. It just happened that the Infinity Stones floated to the top, and I got him. If one of the Infinity Stones was the last card or second to last card, Resvon might have beat me. All right, so it just lucked out how the stones popped up. And so with that shuffling and that chance of what you get in the hand, I think that gives a lot of replayability too. So I think this is definitely a replayable game. This is a deduction game. You're trying to figure out. If you guys watched the playthrough, I was looking at Resvon's numbers at some points to try to guess what card she had over here, and it worked. And I got one of my hits on her because of it. I was beat up a little bit more than she was until I got that hit, making us even on the point track at least. And then I lucked out and then my next go around, I got the Infinity Stones to finish the game. So I definitely think there's a replayability to it. So, Resvon, would you play this game again?
Exactly. I tried to save people.
Oh, you want to save everybody?
I need to do that, but I will try again.
So Resvon would play again. I would definitely play the game again. Would you ask to play the game?
No, I have a question
Yeah.
about game.
No, would you ask to play it again? Would you say, Steven, can we play Infinity Gauntlet?
Oh, sorry. Help me. I don't understood.
So, and this is the language barrier that we sometimes have to work with. But if I say, would you ask to play this game again? Would you say, can we play the game?
No, I will say, can I kill the tortoise?
Oh, you're gonna ask to kill Thanos. Okay. So Resvon would play it again. And really quick, I'm just gonna point out, and she doesn't come up here now because she knows she was bad. But value of the game and worth playing the game. I have 2 copies of this game because our dog decided to drag the game downstairs and chew it to little pieces. There's the instruction manual, the cards. She's chewed up a whole bunch of the cards. It might be hard to tell there. This one you could tell she chewed really bad, but all the cards are bitten down on and chewed up. So she thought this game was so nice that she wanted to chew through all the components. And there's also, that's sad, even pieces of the card and stuff are falling into my hands. The one plus is she didn't chew through all the power tokens. So we got extra power tokens now if we were to need them in a game. But I like the game enough, and Resvon seemed to like the game enough that I just went out and I bought it at a local store. I'm also supporting local stores. Bought at a local store for full price so we can film the last couple videos and so we could have it to play. So we definitely like it and we'd be willing to play it again. Do you have anything else you want to say about the game, Resvon?
Baby, because when you buy new game, you tell me, guess what? You don't know. It's what's the smell of that? It's new cards and like that. I think Misha wanted to taste that.
Oh, Misha wanted to taste the new game. Uh-huh.
Yeah, because she says good smell, good smell. She said, okay, I will taste it.
Oh.
And it's good.
Still doesn't save me from being upset about it. But Resvon tends to be a Misha apologist, except for when Misha ate some of her lotion. She was very upset about that one. But beyond that, she tends to be a Misha apologist. But anyways, I liked it enough that I figured, you know what, whatever, I will go pay full price. I originally got this at half price. It was $7.50, and that's why I got it. Because I was like, for $7.50, it looks like it might be fun. If it's not, I only paid $7.50, and I liking it so much that we went out and bought a second copy, so we have a copy to play because our dog liked the game so much she wanted to chew on it. So that's our review of Infinity Gauntlet, a love letter game. Marvel Infinity Gauntlet, a love letter game. Love letter Marvel, love letter Infinity Gauntlet. However you want to look at it. That's our review. I'm Steven.
I'm Rizwan.
I'll see you later, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye. Baby, help me again. It's not fair. You're strong, Thanos.